Hey, my name is Amy Vanderford. I'm here at the Holmes Ridgeland campus talking to prospective students about the Ole Miss program at Grenada, and have spoken to them about the different courses that we're offering at the Grenada campus of Ole Miss, and the different emphasis that they can go into: law enforcement, corrections, and homeland security. And I've talked to about 10 students today and looking forward to coming back. I'm Amy Vanderford. This is Dr. Hall. We're both from the Legal Studies Department from Ole Miss. And I am in charge of basically going out and recruiting students for the Grenada Holmes campus. That is where my office is it's in Grenada. It's not on the Holmes campus. We're around the corner. But that's where I teach my classes, okay? And so what you have in front of you is the flyer. Is just telling you a little bit about the campus. We started the Grenada branch. When did that start? Last fall, really? It was last fall. Last fall, Ole Miss moved in down there, and we had English and math classes already, but they decided they wanted to start doing, whose phone? Not mine.
Probably mine.
Way to go! But they wanted to bring the criminal justice program there, or the legal studies program there, because there's so many students with Holmes that wanted that course. And I understand that you've got Jackson State, MC right here. But what we would like for you to do is really consider us when you either transfer from here or graduate from here. And what you have in front of you, this sheet right here, this is your Bachelor of Science degree. This is the core courses that you have to have. If you flip it over to the back, that's going to be what fields or what emphasis you go into, okay? We have Homeland Security, Corrections, or Law Enforcement. Do I have cops in here? What, about to be cops? Okay. Corrections? Any corrections officers? None of your corrections guys came? Okay. Homeland Security? People who are interested in Homeland Security? You? Okay. So you can kind of see what would be required of you to complete that degree. Of course, the front side, you're going to have most of that done through here. Okay? Any of y'all graduating? May? December? May? Okay, good deal. What are you going to do after you leave here? Do you have any plans?
I'm looking at the military.
Okay. I can't fault you for that. That's good.
I have a lot of students that are going on the GI Bill, or they're either in ROTC program at the campus, and they're good students, a lot of students.
So, law school, I know that you mentioned law school. Dr. Hall went to law school.
We do that too. I constantly have students in the paralegal program.
You need him.
Also,
okay.
Paralegal program, and also in regular criminal justice classes. Get through and then come sit in my office and tell me they want to go to law school. And so we go through that process. I direct them where they need to go, and then I start writing letters of recommendations and getting them ready to take the LSAT, which would be the entrance examination for law school. And we've had a lot of success stories for that.
There's also, is it court reporting or paralegal, all of that type deal?
We have a paralegal degree program. And it is, we've got 2 lawyers that are teaching one's part-time in the program, one's full-time. Our director is a former paralegal for a very successful attorney, and I'd be practicing law if I could get her to work with me. It is a good program, whereas I focus on criminal law, they focus on civil law, and they teach you how to write like a lawyer, because you're going to be writing all this stuff for lawyers, and you're going to take the blame when the lawyers, when something jumps track. So it's an intense thing, but they've got a big program for paralegals. I guess it's 120 students, and I've taught in that program too. Legal writing, legal research. This is There's some skills that you'll learn in some of those classes that'll help you regardless, whatever area that you want to complete your education in. All this stuff will help you.
So, if you look on there, there's the courses. I have been sending emails yesterday and today about all of the courses that we offer, because right now I'm teaching all of the criminal justice courses at Grenada, and I can't teach. If you come in and you need a Homeland Security course, I don't do Homeland Security courses, so I have to get people from the main campus to come to Grenada, because the point in starting the criminal justice program at Grenada was so you could go and have everything done there. Okay, so Dr. Hall he's coming this summer and this fall. He's going to teach his 210 and 410 classes, and so I've got more instructors coming, like Dr. McElreath, Dr. Mallory. Hey, you can have that. I'm sorry, right in your camera, didn't I? They're going to start coming, hopefully, and that way, if y'all decide to come to the Grenada Holmes campus, you can complete your degree there. You don't have to, hopefully, go to the main campus.
But you may want to go to the main campus. It's not a bad
It's not a bad spot, but you know, talking about travel, and if you're not going to live up there, if you're going to remain down here, it's easier just to drive to Grenada.
It is.
I'm talking about Grenada here.
I wasn't trying to say it was inconvenient. It's a good place.
It is a nice, it's a great campus. I lived there for 2 years. My grades weren't so great, but I did it. But I went to Northeast Community College and then transferred to Ole Miss several years ago. But it is a good school. It's a good institution. They have, Dr. Hall was talking about a forensics degree if some of y'all are wanting to go into forensics. So there's a lot to be offered, and do y'all have any questions?
On the Ole Miss, how would that work? Would, like, say you take intro to criminal justice here and say intro to corrections, would those kind of like cancel out the classes there, or would you still have to take them?
Yes, they should. An agreement between most community colleges and the four-year universities. So if you take intro, what is your 210 class?
Criminal law.
If you take criminal law here, which might be there's 4-digit numbers. 2323, if you take 2323 here, then that will cancel out his 210. Intro to corrections will cancel out whatever 110 or whatever it is. It's on that list, I think.
A total of 124 hours is what you need to graduate from the University of Mississippi. And I'm guessing that's half of that's
120.
probably going to be done before you get there. And I think they cut off, you cannot transfer more than 68 hours, I think is what the cutoff is.
Or 67 or 68, something like that. It's a weird number.
But you'll have most of the general education requirements done. You'll have a good bit of the core for legal studies done. And then you're going to be able to focus on whatever your emphasis is.
Those electives that are on the back, that's what you'll be able to focus on when you get there.
Yeah, that's
They're
what.
doing a 4-year degree through the Grenada campus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're with Ole Miss, but I teach, and he is going to start teaching at the Grenada campus.
That's still better than going with Oxford.
Amen. That's what I said.
Definitely, I would do that.
But you know, we're doing it in South Haven, we're doing it in Tupelo, now we're doing it in
Boonville.
Grenada. And so those programs, I go to one night a week, I either go to South Haven or go to Tupelo. These programs are huge. These classes that I teach, the senior level classes, I'll have 30 people in those classes.
Tupelo and South Haven probably have about, what did you say, 100 students? 100 students. I have about 12. So that's why I'm here, because
12 more.
and
She wants 12 more.
I want 12 more.
There's a
2, 4,
van
6,
out
8. I know that, and that's why they hired me to build that program and start that program up. So and get people interested in it. And right now, and I'm glad this is going on too. Okay, because I've got to do this. This helps me out too. So
Do you teach criminal justice too?
criminal justice. I'm law enforcement emphasis. The corrections, and before you walked in, I think the corrections emphasis on there and the Homeland Security emphasis on there. Instructors or teachers from the main campus have got to come to Grenada. Because what I would like to do is if say you need 115, which is Intro to Homeland Security, I would rather you be able to come to Grenada and get that without having to go to the main campus. That's what they're trying to do. That's the whole point in having Grenada, South Haven, Tupelo,
That's awesome.
and even
And
Boonville.
there are other ways to deliver. There's online education,
Yeah.
and then there's also distance learning, which is certainly a method to deliver the material to you, but it has some drawbacks.
And that is when you come to Grenada or Ole Miss or wherever, you're going to have probably at least one class a semester that's going to be DL'd, which means that's the distance learning class he's talking about, that you're going to have your instructor on a TV screen, and she or he is going to be in Timbuktu. They could even be at their house and then feeding into the classroom. It's different.
But
It's
you'll
different, but
have
it's neat.
You'll have a mic in front of you, and you can push the mic, and you can ask a question, and I mean, you can get some instant feedback. But I know when I've done it, I always I have trouble looking at my little screen and being able to identify. I have to ask you your name, because I can look at the screen and tell. My eyes, bad.
What's the difference? Is it,
Well, there's two issues.
What's one 3-hour course cost? 2 something here? Let's say it's 300 here, and that might be pushing it.
okay,
I want to say it's going to run you 6. It's going to be double
right.
tuition. I'd be willing
But
to
it's
bet.
a 4-year degree too.
But it's
so
a
you go
4-year
to Ole Miss,
institution. Yeah.
You may not have but 2 years. You may be up there only 2 years.
I don't make my students, and sometimes if I have students on Pell, or because I went to school on Pell, that's the only way I was able to get through. I don't always make my students buy their textbooks. One of those stupid textbooks could be $150. Okay, go online and get it through Amazon, and it's like $20. Yeah. So the markup is, or you can rent it. Yeah. But I don't always, kind of to help with the money factor, I don't always make my students buy their textbooks. And you can make it through. It's going to be probably more difficult. Now for his class, you have to have the textbook.
Probably need a book.
Yeah, but it's, for some of my stuff, the way I lecture, you don't necessarily have to have the textbook. Okay, questions?
Is this, all this right here, is this for the complete 4-year program, or is it for the 2-year,
4-year.
4-year?
Mhm.
How would the classes set up from when you're going to just finishing out the 2 years for you?
When you apply to the university, they're going to get your transcript from Holmes, and they're going to do. They will do an analysis based on your transcript and what those classes are on that particular sheet for the semester that you enter Ole Miss. And they will, the dean's office actually will compile what you've been given credit for at Ole Miss. And so, some of that's going to be, even before you take your first class, some of that sheet's already going to be filled in for you.
Yeah, your
Because you've
advisor
taken-
is going to
you've taken
have
all this at Holmes.
that for you already filled out. And
When you graduate up there, do you walk up at Ole Miss, or what do you do
walk.
at Ole Miss?
I walked before I even finished school because I was going to take a summer course, and I asked them if I could walk. Just because, and they let me walk.
You'll
Yeah.
actually
You
walk
have to
twice.
I registered for the other, you'll walk twice?
There's a grove ceremony that morning, and you'll be in the grove ceremony. And then there is, for the School of Applied Sciences, which is what you'll be in, we have a huge graduation ceremony after the grove business in the indoor practice facility, which is a whole nother thing. And you'll go up, and that's where you shake hands with the chair of your department, get your diploma, shake hands with the dean, and then walk down, and they'll take your picture. Soon it'll be over.
And you'll be doing
It's a big deal.
It is, it's a big deal,
Mhm.
big deal. Bagpipes.
reciting.
bagpipes.
They don't have bagpipes
They
there.
have bagpipes at the indoor practice facility. It will be bagpipes. It drives me crazy.
But, and this reminds me, if you're going into the military, talking about hours that'll transfer and stuff, if they offer you college courses in the military, take stuff that's criminal justice or homeland security or that emphasis, and it will transfer. But make sure before you take it, because it's going to be free through the military, make sure that it will transfer to a university, and that'll give you a leg up too.
How well do y'all work with like military members that are like because I know I'm in the military now, and I turned down so many opportunities to fly this semester because there's a limit of how many classes you can miss and excuses and all that. How do y'all work? Do y'all work well with?
I work well with military and police.
We are flexible with military reasons for missing class. I mean, if that's what you're saying. I mean, yeah, we're flexible with that. I mean, we don't want you at home sleeping, right? I mean, if that's it.
I have orders. I
Order to sleep. You have an order
If
to
you have
sleep.
orders to go and fly, then that order stands. That would be like a subpoena to me for you to appear in court. And that's just, there's nothing I can't argue against that and wouldn't argue against it.
I went to D.C. for the inauguration, and one of my team, like I showed him my orders, and he had a problem with it, and I had to up-channel it through the dean and all that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Mm-mm.
We
I had
don't
a guy that,
micromanage stuff like that. Clark.
no, I have people, I just tell my students that if you're going to miss class, text me and let me know that you're okay, because all my students travel like you would be doing, okay? A lot of them have children, so if you're going to miss, let me know where you are so I know that you're not lying in a pool of blood somewhere, and then we'll have class and they'll say, okay, I'll get the notes from so-and-so, okay? But I just had a guy, Zach Ramage, he's a cop, and he needed a refresher course, which means he had to go to a training academy for 3 weeks. He missed my class for 3 weeks, but he kept up. I know I'm probably not supposed to do that, but
Not on camera.
but he missed class, but he kept up. You know, he's going to take his final this week, and he should do fine. He's a good student, so. But military, police, firefighters, I work with.
I have athletes. I have some athletes in my classes that also, if there's a tournament and they have to be someplace, then I get an email from somebody on the university to let me know that this particular person has athletic competition coming up and they can't be in class. My ROTC students, I also get something from their CO to let me know that they're going to be, at Camp McCain for a week. So that happens. Or we had a ROTC team that actually competed in Arizona in a distance run. And so I got information, somebody emailed me something about that, and I've never had a problem. Never had a problem.
And plus, we've got, it's Colonel David McElreath who does the Homeland Security stuff, so he's not going to have a
Colonel in the Marine Corps.
he's not going to have a problem with it.
Difficult. I see you laughing.
Marines?
Wait.
Marines,
Wait.
yeah,
Wait till you meet.
yeah, they don't think out of their little box too often. Okay, so y'all, any more questions? We've probably talked longer than I thought I was.
Oh, well, let me tell you what she does. She teaches a drug class. She's a former narcotics officer. She also is director of a police academy. She teaches drug classes. She teaches CJ 310 process and policy, which is administrative for chiefs and sheriffs. She teaches 110, introduction to law enforcement. She teaches 426, CJ 426, which is sex crimes. She teaches 465, which is serial killers. What else does she teach?
Are you going to be working?
399 and 499.
315.
On,
I mean,
serial
it's
killers.
listen. Try reading that crap during Christmas break, okay? I mean, I was just like, I would get in bed at night. We're supposed to be celebrating Christmas, and here I am reading about Ted Bundy, and my head was so screwed up. But That's a good class. It was a neat class. He helped me teach it
did.
because it was over Christmas break, and I didn't want to be teaching every day. So he helped. And the sex crimes class is coming up in the summer as well, and it's gonna be good too.
That's right.
I think I'm gonna have the crime lab come and do some hands-on stuff, fingerprinting and blood collection, semen collection, all that good stuff. It's gonna be neat.